Hi, I'm Kayla, a Reference Librarian at Massanutten Regional Library. Today we're going to talk about our book clubs, but we'll focus on one in particular. We are coming up on the 1-year mark of our Sage and Page book club at Sagebird Ciderworks. We usually have between 20 and 30 people at each meeting, but we are always welcoming new members. We have 4 books that we read in 3-month cycles, so let's take a look at some of the selections we've had. In fall 2022, we chose a witchy or spooky theme. The books we selected were The Maid, Practical Magic, The Book of Cold Cases, and Hour of the Witch. The Maid and The Book of Cold Cases seem to be our 2 most popular reads for this cycle. I read Practical Magic and The Book of Cold Cases and really enjoyed both. For our winter 2023 cycle, we went with a winter theme. Our books were An Unwanted Guest, Beartown, Salt to the Sea, and The Bear and the Nightingale. All of these seem to do pretty well, but I think The Bear and the Nightingale may have had the least interest. I read Salt to the Sea and An Unwanted Guest. Salt to the Sea is one of my favorite World War II books, so I always recommend it. I would also recommend An Unwanted Guest if you are looking for a quick read that reminds you of And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. April is usually when National Library Week falls, so the theme I chose for our spring reading cycle was books. The selections were The Midnight Library, The Starless Sea, The Library Book, and The Book Thief. All of these books did pretty well, but I think The Midnight Library and The Book Thief seemed to do the best. I read The Library Book and The Book Thief, and I would definitely recommend them. The cycle that we just finished was all about fun beach reads. Our selections were People We Meet on Vacation, The Keeper of Lost Things, Circe, and Malibu Rising. Previously, our reading cycles worked out so that everyone would read 2 of the 4 books by the time we were done with that time period. This was the first cycle where we had changed it to reading 3 of the 4 books. I wasn't at the September meeting, but at the 2 previous meetings, People We Meet on Vacation and Malibu Rising definitely seemed to be the ones with the most interest, while Circe definitely had the least interest. I read People We Meet on Vacation and Malibu Rising and really enjoyed both. Our current cycle is all about circuses, carnivals, and fairs. The selections are Caraval, The Life She Was Given, The Night Circus, and The Devil in the White City. Come join us on October 4th at 8 p.m. to see which ones everyone is most excited to read and to discuss our picks. So again, Sage and Page Book Club meets the first Wednesday of each month at 8 o'clock p.m. at Sagebird Ciderworks. We do a 3-month cycle with 4 books to choose from, usually from 4 different genres. You'll read 3 of the 4 books by the time we finish each cycle, 1 book for each month. Now, on to our other book clubs. We have 2 other book clubs through Central Library. We have Cat Chats over at the Aristocat Cafe. Registration is required since we meet in the cat room. This book club meets on the 3rd Friday of each month at 10 a.m. Our next meeting is October 20th, and we'll be discussing The People We Keep by Allison Larkin. We also have the Narrative Nonfiction Book Club, which meets on the last Tuesday of each month at 3 o'clock p.m. Registration is requested. The next meeting is Tuesday, September 26th, and the book being discussed is 100 Saturdays. At our other libraries, we have the Novelty Book Club at our Elkton branch. They meet the 4th Tuesday of the month at 6:30 p.m., and they will be discussing Where'd You Go, Bernadette on September 26th. Broadway Bookends meets on the 3rd Wednesday of each month at 4:30 p.m. at Village Library. On September 20th, they will discuss I Am, 17 Brushes with Death. You can find all of these books at the libraries or on Libby. We also have 3 book clubs that don't read a particular book each month, and those are the Page by Page Book Club at Shenandoah Community Library, Bookaholics Book Club at North River Library, and Mostly Books at Grotto's Branch Library. Page by Page meets at 6 p.m. on the 2nd Tuesday of each month. Bookaholics Book Club meets on the 4th Tuesday at 2 p.m., and Mostly Books meets on the first Monday at 10 a.m. At these 3 book clubs, you can come to discuss your latest reads. Those are all of our book clubs. We would love to have you join one. But until next time, happy reading.